So Robinhood is no longer a stock trading app. It is becoming a full-scale financial powerhouse with a new feature that allows investors to trade results in sports, elections, and even economic decisions. After the announcement of this new feature, the stock surged 8%, and over the past 4 days, the stock went up 17%. Also, let's not forget that Robinhood is the fastest growing fintech this year with 74% increase, surpassing SoFi and Coinbase. The shocking thing is that this new feature started printing money for Robinhood, with $25 million in revenue in October and $30 million in revenue in November, and this could grow, and maybe one day this new feature could make Robinhood $100 million in 1 quarter. This new feature was launched after Robinhood made the joint venture contract with Susquehanna, I hope I pronounced that right, International Group. This move is a big diversification move for Robinhood because we all know Robinhood, the stock and crypto trading platform, but now it is getting bigger and bigger every day. But how will this new feature that is called futures and derivatives change Robinhood's business? Also, what will Robinhood's stock price be in 2026? I will give you a stock price based on data and not feelings, because there is no place for feelings in the stock market. And then I will give you a quick update about my 6 figures portfolio. I hit the table on these stocks back in 2022 and they all doubled from here. I made the same analysis back then and doubled my money. So first, let's explain this new feature. First, let's say that you drive to work and you notice that gas prices are rising. You stop and say, well, gas will be even more expensive next month for whatever reason. In this feature, you can lock in the current price or even make more money when prices go up. If prices do raise, you will make money because you already locked in the current price. But if prices fall, you will lose all your money. This is just an example of this new feature. Now in Robinhood, you could apply this to real life events like match scores, elections, or any sport outcome. Robinhood CEO is very smart to make this move because currently Robinhood's main stream of income comes from either transaction when trading or interest income or options trading or crypto trading. But when the market is quiet, Robinhood's revenue declines by a lot. So to fill this gap, the CEO introduced this new feature because futures and derivatives do not rely on stock or crypto trading. While the market is quiet, Robinhood can still make profits and can still print money. This is considered a strategic shift from trading app to market infrastructure because this will give Robinhood an access to people's data just like Google. Google is valuable because it knows what people think or buy now. Robinhood could know what people think will happen next. Like for example, Robinhood will have real data on whether people are bullish about the stock market or bearish, or even about Fed rate cuts or elections or whatever, and which direction people are leaning into, and how confident they are about each decision based on contract size. In other words, Robinhood will process the largest real-time database of what investors believe will happen next. This is more predictive than any opinion poll or survey or social media sentiment tracker. Right now, we live in a world where the company that owns more data have more power. Robinhood could use that data for market insights, like how hedge funds use alternative data from Google Trends or search or credit card spending. Just as Google sells ad space targeting what people want, Robinhood could partner with financial firms or fintech or to target what investors expect. That means if traders are buying into oil price rise contracts, then oil ETFs or trading platform can buy ad exposure inside Robinhood app. Robinhood will become a market ecosystem where every action is data with predictive value. They will know what you expect, believe, or fear. That's deeper than search data because it is a belief that you put data that you put money on. But is Robinhood stock a good investment right now at its current price? What will Robinhood stock price be in 2026? The best way to answer all these questions is running a bear case, base case, and bull case scenarios. The current stock price, as I'm talking right now, is $133. So let's start with the bear case scenario, and I think this scenario is less likely to happen, but we should consider it. Let's assume that regulations get tighter on Robinhood's payment for order flow that leads to reduced revenue. On the same time, trading volume slows, which will reduce transaction-based revenue, which is the main source of income for Robinhood. And obviously, if no one makes transactions, Robinhood will not make any money. Also, let's assume that user growth slows down and the company fails to find a stable income source during that slowdown time in trading. By that, Robinhood will step back from becoming a broader fintech platform and stay a niche, high volatile broker. Investor sentiment becomes cautious. By that time, we can see Robinhood stock price range between $70 to $75. And now let's move on to the base case scenario. I think this scenario is more likely to happen. In a base case scenario, Robinhood will stabilize its core business with no major developments, meaning gradually building on the newly added streams of income. Also, the market condition is neutral, meaning we don't enter a correction or a crash or a recession or even a bull market. The new features are executed well and attracting new users. Growth is steady and not exponential. Earnings and revenue grow slowly. Investors and Wall Street start to value Robinhood more on fundamentals than momentum or hype. By that, we could see the stock price range between $140 to $180. And now let's move on to the bull case scenario. I think this scenario could happen, but I still believe in the base case scenario. If I would give a percentage for each scenario, I would give the base case 50% and the bull case 30% and the bear case 20%. In a bull case scenario, Robinhood will thrive after Fed rate cuts in 2026 with a rally. Also, Hood keeps successfully executing its business expansion and income diversification, adding more and more users. Revenue and earnings continue increasing. Robinhood is maturing and on its way to become a full-scale financial powerhouse and behave more like a bank, not a broker. With that, I can see Hood's stock price range between $200 to $300. That is 2x from today's price. But do you know who will become the biggest trillion-dollar AI winner in the future? It is Google. Google is cooking many projects that made Warren Buffett break his rule and invest in a tech company. If you want to know what Google's crazy plan, watch this video.